MCOC AlBundyRules. I got a path on 3.1 variant 5 for you. Looking at what path going to take as far as the nodes. And we see was looking there. But then realized I was clicked on the wrong one, so double checked, and I'm going to take this, which has a Physic Thorn. So contact hits are going to give me damage. However, it has my favorite type of node, which has a constant degeneration, but gives me some life steal, meaning I can automatically heal as much as I want. So that's extremely good, especially running suicides, recoil, bleed poison damage makes somebody like Doom with the suicides on way more feasible. And allows me to make a mistake or two. So you see a huge mistake right there, which would normally be very painful to start off a run, but with this node, not a problem whatsoever. Already back at full health just that quick. Once again, why I love that node. And a good thing with this node is it allows me to be able to use Doom how I would like to use him without the fear of recoil. I still get the recoil, but of course I can get my health back so quick as we see there. And just got him in the corner, just gonna go to town at this point. Again, with the snow taking a little bit of damage, doesn't matter. Because as soon as I hit him, I get that health right back. And go ahead and take out the first fight. Now Black Widow, warning, this one is going to be a really sloppy fight. I don't know what was going on. It feels like the evades were coming constantly, but I wasn't too worried because I know I can get my health right on back. So despite evades going, I stayed pretty aggressive, knowing anything I lose, I'm going to regain. And already back at full health. And you get a little bit of damage taken there, but again, a non-issue. Thanks to life transfer. And have Black Widow in the corner. Just go ahead and finish up the last bit or little bit. What was on a very sloppy fight, but despite that, it's still pretty much at full health. So somehow managed, despite taking that many hits, got an easy solo, finished at 99% health. So again, if you know the nodes, you can change your playstyle, let you relax a little bit, which we saw there with no concerns. We're going to continue using Doom He's been pretty nice on this node combination. And at this point, I'm just trying to build up to my S3. That way I can do a little bit of special fun. I'm going to go with my medium, 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 light, light, medium is what I do there, followed by that S1. I'm going to have some power so I could do some power steel. Nice S2 there, get some good damage going on. And another quick, easy fight there. Doom is making this path way too easy so far. So I get a couple minor connection issues during this fight. During this path run, but they're all pretty quick. Okay, I'm going to have to fight Emma a little bit different than the others, but we see once again the physical contact damage I take. That's the big reason I've been using Doom so far, because of that. And then also, we're going in on Emma right now, but it is going to make the playstyle change a little bit because of that non-ability to stun her while she's in diamond form. So when I'm fighting this, I'm watching closely if I'm diamond or not, and if I get those shocks on me, because when I give that medium, if I can get the shock, I can chain a heavy on there. If I don't get that shock, if she's in diamond form, I don't get it, I can chain a heavy. And it, once again, changes the playstyle pretty heavily with Doom. And I just made a mistake there. I just miscalculated the power. Sloppy. Yeah, kind of comfortable playing sloppy in the first couple of fights, and I paid for it there. So now I'm calculating really based on the Physic Thorns node, but I figured let's do a little bit of Stark Enhanced Spider-Man here. This is one you've seen. I've used in all of the paths so far between 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 2-2, and now in 3-1. Although he hasn't got a ton of use, I'm going to use him a little bit here to help me with Emma. Again, you'll see me take some blocks on these, not worried, because again, I got my life transfer. As soon as I land a hit, I'll recover any block damage. So there we go. Stark, you made nice, easy work of Emma right there for me. Now we're going to move on to Blade. Again, the over 200,000 health pool's not too bad. What's someone you've seen me using a bit, especially on 2-1 and 2-2, Dr. Voodoo. He has been outstanding in the Variant 5. Just going to get him to that S2, what I'm looking to do with the even, and there we go. Once I get that first S2 with Dr. Voodoo, it makes things much, much easier. And we see that health going on down on Blade. As I stack LOAs, get that L1 going to give me that poison damage. People criticize Voodoo's damage potential, but all you gotta do is get some of those LOAs, convert them into poison, and he can do some pretty dang decent damage. And we see all kinds of damage flowing over 1,000 a tick right now. And Voodoo completely dominated that fight. Just kept him cornered up the whole time. Gonna go on to Gilly 99. I figured Claire, Black Widow, Claire would be a little better fight on this one because of Gilly 99's immunity. So, for those of you familiar with Claire, know all I gotta do is parry and heavy on somebody like Gilly 99 on the immunity, and I will get power up pretty quick. I'm getting some power drains, but that's okay. This technique is still pretty dang effective. Keep getting drained before I hit the S3, but technically don't even really need the S3. But once I hit it, I'll use it. In the meantime, this is a nice, quick, easy way for this fight. Get that S3 now. Gotta bait that special too. Staying with mostly a very heavy strategy. As I'm winding down this fight, Claire making pretty simple work of it for me. Just a basic parry heavy strategy, mainly on an area where Gilly 99 was immune, which is where Claire shines. And that path, nice and easy. Lost one champ on a silly mistake I made with Doom, but other than that, going to the boss with 4 champs, which makes me happy. As I mentioned on a previous video, on my initial completion runs through Variant 5, I did 5 of the 6 with no item use. This is the only one I had to use any item use on my first run through because I did not read the boss nodes and did not realize this fight had a ridiculously increased evade. And so my first run through, I couldn't hit him. I kept getting evaded like crazy. I ended up having to use a couple of revives. So this time, as I'm going through an item free run, I made sure I brought a good counter for this. And it does remind us to always look at the boss nodes and not just the path nodes before we get started, because you might have all the counters for the paths, but might not for a specific boss at the end. So I actually R4'd my Venom specifically for this fight, which is more than deserving of an R4 anyway, just one I haven't had too long, so never have gotten around to using that much. But I know that he does counter Spidey's evades, which can become kind of a nuisance on this fight if you do not have a specific counter for that. And there, bait that special too, and get back down on it. So the problem, I got a little spoiled earlier on the path with that life transfer and keep getting health when I was fighting, and I don't have that anymore, and I think I forgot that at a portion during this fight because it's taking a little bit more chip damage than I should have. And of course that node is no longer active on the boss, therefore went down, but Venom did more than I needed him to do with what I have left. Got him down into the 30s. So makes a nice good work of him. Now I'm going to go into Voodoo. Voodoo, as long as I got 3 champs left, as long as I can just chip them away, getting gotta be pretty. All I care about is doing this run completely through with no item use whatsoever. Few of my champs get knocked out, 0 worries on my side. As long as I don't gotta revive, that's what matters. No items. And we will see him going crazy on those S1s, and we will see his evade becomes increasingly brutal as well. Why I thought Bennett was a great counter. Kind of disappointing I lost him before finishing him, but that's okay. I got plenty of champs left. And you will see I am a little paranoid about the evade on this Spider-Man, because like I said, first time through this guy, he punished me heavily with those evades. So I'm just trying to get whatever damage I can, knowing I got more champs left. So Voodoo did pretty darn decent getting a lot of what was left. Now I just got, about 6%. That's nothing for Claire. Still got 2 champs left, making this pretty easy finishing work. Let's try to minimize the amount of hits I put on Spider-Man to avoid those evades. And there we go, another item free variant 5 run. This was 3.1. So that's done 1-1, 1-2, 2-1, 2-2, and 3-1 now. All item free. Please be sure to watch the upcoming one for 3-2 as well. Hope you've been enjoying them. Hope they help get you through the content. Again, thanks for watching. If you enjoy the videos, don't forget to subscribe.